Hello everyone, Hunter88 here, and there have been some big changes made by NASCAR. Uh, this just came out a few hours ago that, as you can tell, one of the main changes is bringing the chase format from the Sprint Cup Series to the Xfinity and Truck Series. Uh, I I don't like it, but it's gonna be good for the drivers because drivers like it, and we'll get to that later, as you can tell by this tab here. But I don't think it should be in the Xfinity and Truck Series because it should stay in the Cup Series because it feels right in the Cup Series. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel right in the Xfinity and Truck Series. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. NASCAR will have a playoff style environment in all three National Series starting this year, bringing the chase postseason format to the Xfinity and Truck Series. See, blah blah blah. I'm just scrolling through this. The Xfinity and Truck Series will have a 7-race playoff, 2 elimination rounds, and the championship round, obviously at Homestead. Oh my goodness. So there's a 26-race regular season in Xfinity and a 16-race regular season in Truck. Oh my gosh. So in Truck, you gotta do good all 16 of those races. If you don't, unless you have a win. If you don't have a win, I think you're like won't hurt you for like one race, but maybe a couple or like 4, 5, you're not gonna be in. Xfinity drivers, 12 postseason spots, clinching berths, regular season win, or carrying high enough rank in the series. Okay, so Xfinity Series playoffs begins September 24th at Kentucky, and it'll go to 12 to 8 after Kentucky, Dover, and Charlotte, and then after Kansas, Texas, Phoenix, it'll go down to 4, the championship 4. So here's a picture of the Xfinity. So it's going to be Kentucky, Dover, Charlotte. I know you can barely see that, but it's 12 drivers, round of 12, and we go to Kansas, Texas, and Phoenix, round of 8, and we go to Homestead, Miami, championship 4, and whoever's the highest finisher wins the title. So I actually like it more in the Xfinity Series, but I still think the chase should stay in Cup. But I mean, for the Xfinity Series, I mean, it's going to be great. And kind of thinking about it, might not be that bad, but Truck, I think, is just going to be awful. Here's Truck. 8 playoff spots. New Hampshire, Vegas, Talladega. Oh my god. Wow. So, this is just like Cup. If you wreck at Talladega and you don't have a win, you're pretty much done. Except, we'll have 8 playoff spots, and after New Hampshire, Vegas, and Vega, it'll go 6 to Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. And it will determine the championship 4. Each postseason grid will be set after September's race weekend at Chicagoland. Alright. So after Chicagoland, the chase field is set for after the first chase race of the Sprint Cup season. Steps were also taken to rule Sprint Cup. Obviously, Sprint Cup drivers aren't going to be in because they're going to qualify for Cup points. And there's the grid for the Truck Series. That's the story will be updated. Good. So round of 8 is Hampshire, New Hampshire, Vegas, and Dega. And then goes 6, Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. And then it goes to Homestead, Miami for the championship 4. And obviously, highest finisher of the championship 4 wins truck championship. And also, one thing that NASCAR announced, and this is only in the truck series, a caution clock. I already don't like it because, well, you're gonna understand why. Among changes, truck series will have a caution clock. Caution clock is a timer that designates when a caution will occur. So, set for 20 minutes and starts when the green flag is waved. However, when the clock expires, caution is called and no one gets the lucky dog. And if a caution comes out before the caution clock reaches 0, so say like there's a caution with 6 minutes left on the caution clock, it'll reset to 20 minutes and will begin ticking down again for every green flag that's waved. And it'll be turned off with 20 laps to go at all events in the series, the exception of Canadian Tire, Motorsport Park, and Pocono Raceway, because those are pretty much their 2 biggest tracks that take a long time to get around once on the truck series circuit, so it'll be turned off 10 laps. There will not be a caution clock at Eldora Speedway. It's an element of strategy for truck drivers and crew chiefs. I'm just thinking when they go to Daytona to start the truck season, I don't know. I really don't know what to think, other than we're gonna have oh wait, one thing they should have done, and I don't think they're gonna do it because it's not on here, but what they should do is if they're like going into turn 1 and the caution clock hits 0, there should be a race back to the line, in my opinion. Kind of like back in the old days when they had caution race back to the line. I don't think they're obviously not going to do that. I would like to see them do that. That would be exciting. But I'm guessing that when they go into turn 1 and the caution clock hits 0, then that'll be the field will be frozen by the time the clock hits 0. So, and a new look for the Dash for Cash in the Xfinity series. They'll have heat races. Now, this sounds like a good idea because I want to see some heat races. Dash for Cash, prizes for winning drivers, and one lucky fan at Bristol, Richmond, Dover, and Indianapolis for the Brickyard. I gotta read this whole thing because I'm still confused by it. At each of these events, there will be 2 heat races, and winners will compete for the Dash for Cash prize in the feature race. Odd-numbered qualifiers will be pitted against each other in one heat race, and even-numbered qualifiers will compete in the other heat race. The top 2 finishers in each heat race would be the Dash for Cash eligible drivers. Okay, never mind. I get it now. Odd-numbered qualifiers in I was like the field. When I first read it, because my mind's stupid, I read that it would be like the 4 eligible drivers for the Dash for Cash. I would be like, what? That's stupid. But I can tell you that other teams, like lower funded teams, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna do the heat races because they want. There's a reason why those guys like run towards the back. They're just trying to get uh, cash for their motorsport group, and if they wreck their car in the heat race, that's just going to take more money away because it's just a race car that's wrecked. Um, so I can understand if there's not a lot of odd number cars in the first heat race or even number of qualifiers in the second heat race. Because I think a good chunk of the field in the Xfinity Series is underfunded groups. So, I mean, for groups like Roush Fenway Junior Motorsports, they won't have a problem with it because they got a lot of money. Their drivers, they got good equipment and they got good drivers that can race to the front and get points and cash and all that. Only drivers who are eligible for Xfinity Series to win Dash for Cash will be awarded at the finale in Indianapolis. And as an extra incentive, driver who wins 2 Dash for Cash events will be awarded a spot in the Xfinity Series chase. Yeah, that's it's really interesting to me. So you don't win a race, but you win 2 Dash for Cash events, and you get a spot in the chase, the Xfinity Series chase. It's I don't like that, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And you can expect some heat race reactions because that's racing. I mean, it's more racing. So it'll be at heat races will be at Bristol, Richmond, Dover, Brickyard. Now, how do drivers react to the Xfinity and Truck Series changes? Take a look at here's Darrell Wallace Jr.'s tweet. All about execution this year. We'll work hard and be sure to put ourselves in position each and every week. Excited for the new format. If you hear that noise in the background, that's a garbage truck that's been driving around my street 5 times. This is the 5th time that they're here. I don't know why they're. I just don't get it. Time for a new format. There's Brendan Gaughan with a bunch of thumb up and heart-eyed emojis. Retweet Jeff Gluck. Brian France confirms form of chase will become the Xfinity and Truck Series this year. Hashtag NASCAR. Here's Regan Smith. I don't know why his is bigger than all this. The NASCAR Xfinity Series is going to have heat races next year. Sign me up for those events. Been hoping for that for years. Scroll down. Ty Dillon, pumped for the chase format in Xfinity Racing, NASCAR Xfinity. I think we might have won it last year if there was a chase. Not sure though. Actually, I saw this 1 hour ago where it said that Daniel Suarez would have won the championship if there was no chase format. Just let that settle in. Daniel Suarez would have won the Xfinity Championship last year if there was a chase. And Junior would have won the Cup Championship 2013 if there was a chase format. And David Reagan would have been in the chase because he won at Talladega. Just let that settle in. As Jennifer Jo Cobb tweeted, we love this. Even the drivers appreciate drama of restart. And I think Ben Rhodes is a lot. Yeah, Ben Rhodes tweeted some interesting news today from NASCAR for the NASCAR trucks. Bring on the restarts. And another thing that you need to know: schedules for Daytona speedweeks, which I can't wait. So here they are. Friday, and this is true, I do watch the first Sprint Unlimited practice of the year because I'm just excited. I'm ready for racing. Sprint Unlimited practice is at 5 to 5:55. It doesn't show what network it's on, but I'm pretty sure that all of this will be on Fox. Fox Sports 1. Maybe the Sprint Unlimited will be on Fox. I don't know. So 5 to 5:55 is first practice of the year, I can say. Sprint Unlimited practice. Then 6:30, 7:25, final practice for Sprint Unlimited. And then Saturday, Sprint Cup Series practice. Probably Daytona 500 practice. It's probably what they mean. So there's Daytona 500 practice 1 and 2. 1 will start at 10:30 to 12:25, and then the others will start at 1:30 to 3:25, and then at 8:15 it is the Sprint Unlimited. And we go to Sunday, the Sprint Cup Series Daytona 500 Coors Light qualifying. So what they're doing this year, and I think you saw that after Daytona, they have 1 lap qualifying, you get a warm-up lap, and then you only get 1 lap, and top 12 advance to the next round, and then they do the same thing, and whoever's fastest wins pole. And then Wednesday, Daytona 500 practice 3 from 5 to 5:45, and then the 4th practice from 6:10 to 6:55. This is on February 17th. Then we go to Thursday. Oh man, that's a lot. Noon to 12:55 will be Daytona 500 final practice. Truck Series final practice. Truck Series practice from 1:30 to 2:55. Then at 4 to 4:55, Truck Series final practice. And then at 7, it will be the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Can-Am Duel number 1. Both of these duels are 60 laps, and Duel 2 will approximately start at 9 p.m. That is if they go all 60 laps without a caution like they did in 2014, where they only had 1 caution. That was at the final lap, second duel, coming off turn 4. We're spinning, and then Boyer wanted to show off his X Games move and make us jealous. So, yeah. And then we go to Friday. Friday's even busier than Thursday. 10:30. Oh my goodness. And these drivers wake up before 10:30. Wake up at like 8 or 8:30 or 9. Oh my god. 10:30 to 11:55. NASCAR Xfinity Series practice. And then Cup practice. Cup practice from 12 to 12:55. Even though it says Sprint Cup Series final practice. Oh, this is dual practice. I'm dumb. Okay. It doesn't say it on there. I was just assuming. So, practice. This is final practice for like the duels. Alright. I messed all that up. So, Friday, 10:30 to 11:55. Xfinity Series practice. 12 to 12:55. Cup practice. 1 to 1:55. Xfinity Series practice. And then 2 to 2:55. Sprint Cup practice. 3 to 3:55. I almost said 35. 3 to 3:55. Xfinity Series final practice. And then Truck Series qualifying starts at 4:30. Then the truck race starts at 7:30. Then we move on to Saturday, where everything gets shorter and shorter. I mean, event-wise. 10 a.m. Xfinity Series qualifying. 12:15 to 1:55. Sprint Cup Series final practice. This is the final practice for the Daytona 500. And that's an interesting title for Xfinity race, which starts at 3:30. The Xfinity Series Power Shares QQQ 300. It's 120 laps. As you all remember last year's race, which I think was pretty much the best Xfinity race of the year. Or one of, I should say. The other Daytona one was pretty cool too, with the NBC coverage and all that. It was great, and the racing was great. Just wish we had more than like 5 cars finish on the lead lap or something like that. So, last year's race, first caution was at lap 80. And then the big one, and then the big one number 2, and then this guy broke his leg and his foot. Came back, won a championship, because, you know, NASCAR rigged it. And anyway, finally, we end Daytona Speed Weeks with the Daytona 500 on at 1. So, this is a very interesting way to start Tuesday. And I want you to, I might be able to pull this up. I want you to pull this, or look at this. If you can see this, today's the 19th. If you're like me and you like football, then you're good from now till when the Daytona 500 is. So, the 24th will be the AFC and NFC Championship games. And the 31st will be the Pro Bowl, which is stupid, but whatever. Then there's the 7th, which is the Super Bowl. Everyone's going to watch the Super Bowl. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. And then the 14th, which will be Daytona 500 qualifying. And then after that, Daytona 500. So, when it's January 24th, we will be 5 Sundays away from the Daytona 500. This is why I love the NASCAR off-season. It feels like it's so long when it's the same year. Then after New Year's, it's just like, oh, it's almost here. And then you're like, come on, I want to watch some NASCAR, come on. And before you know it, boop, Sprint Unlimited, Daytona 500, qualifying, and then next truck and Xfinity Series. And before all that, we have ARCA, which I'll discuss in a later video. But the ARCA race is, I think, the same Saturday as the Sprint Unlimited. I think it's going to be earlier. Let's actually take a look at that. Yeah, I think after the practice, they'll have qualifying, and then they'll race, and then I'm assuming that the race will end at like 7 or 7:30. And then that gives the cleanup crew enough time to clean up the track for the Sprint Unlimited. So, very interesting start, because to me the week hasn't started yet. I still feel like today is a Monday, because MLK Day was Monday and there was no school, and it felt like a Sunday. So today's Tuesday, and I got out of school early because there was no heat. There's no heat, and then in the middle of the third period, they're like, we're gonna send everyone home. And I was like, yay! So I woke up at 6 just to go to school, just to go back home. Yay! So instead of 4 days, I have 3 days this week. Oh man, I don't get. I'm looking at the calendar right now. My next day off of school, like where everyone's off, is Easter break, and that's late March, and we're in the middle of January. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end the video right here. So if you like the changes, if you don't like the changes, comment below and let everyone know. And if you have something to say about the person who typed that in the comments, like type in your opinions. and like it. Like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share this with your friends if you have any. If you don't have any friends, then get some friends to share it with. Or you can share it with your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your dog, your aunt's cousin, your cousin's aunt. You know, share it to grandma, grandpa. You know, get them on the technology, the tech gadgets. Alright, I'm just gonna end the video here. Peace in, fools.
Yeah.